Hello and welcome back to your Pennsylvania Dutch Minute. I have a great announcement today for our video. I was recently contacted by a good friend of mine in Germany, Walter Sauer, who runs a printing company in Germany. Edition Tintenfast is the name of the company. That doesn't really affect us too much. However, in the past, they have done a lot of publications in Pennsylvania Dutch. And for example, they produced the Little Prince in Pennsylvania Dutch, which you can buy, and some other books as well. In any event, they have a new book out that I would like to spotlight today because I think it is a great publication and something that I think a lot of you out there might really be interested in owning. And that is their brand new publication, Die erste 1000 Wörter in Pennsylvanisch Deutsch. So the first 1,000 words in Pennsylvania Dutch. This is you might recognize this. There's been a complete series of these done originally by Stephen Cartwright. First 1,000 words in X, and there's tons of languages that these are available for. Finally, Dr. Sauer, along with Dr. Loudon, a professor of German at the University of Wisconsin, who also is a foremost scholar on Pennsylvania Dutch, and along with Dr. Werner, Dr. Michael Werner, also German, that I've probably mentioned before, who does a lot with Pennsylvania Dutch. He's the editor and founder of Hibbibi Dribba. They came together and took this book and did it the first 1,000 words in Pennsylvania Dutch. What's really nice about this book is that each page is very colorful. It's geared towards children, of course. You have various situations, whether you're looking at the major rooms of the house, like the bathroom or the bedroom or the hallway, and then for all of those, they have tons of pictures of words with their Pennsylvania Dutch word. So a kid can look at the image, they recognize what the picture is, and right there's the Pennsylvania Dutch word. There are Let me just look here. There are, as I'm flipping through the book, there's 55 pages of illustrations and words, and then a glossary as well that you can look up any word, both the Pennsylvania Dutch and then the page that it would be found on, or the English and then the page that it would be found on. I would imagine that there's 1,000 pictures, 1,000 words, hence the title, but I didn't count them all. It's a great, great book, whether you want to buy this for your grandchildren or your children or just for yourself. It's a great resource to have. You can quiz yourself. You'll definitely expand your vocabulary. That's what it's all about. And then you can, take these words that you're building in your vocabulary and utilize some of my other videos to start using them in your spoken Pennsylvania Dutch. I highly, highly recommend this book. It's going to be available for purchase here in the United States through our good friends at Masthof Press. Dr. Sauer said that the first shipment of books is en route across the Atlantic right now as I'm making this video. I'll put a link to Masthof in the message, in beneath the video here, and then you'll just have to find it on their website. It'll probably be listed under new publications or something like that. I can't at this point tell you how much the book's going to cost, but I imagine it probably wouldn't be, too expensive, less than $20, I would imagine, but don't quote me on that. But no matter what it costs, it's totally worth the price. I would, just as one side note to the publication, I read through it last night, looked at everything, and again, it's great. I highly, highly recommend it. But I would say that there are, the guys that edited Dr. Sauer, Dr. Werner, and Dr. Loudon, they used the Pennsylvania Dutch in that they're most familiar with, and also cross-reference Dr. Beam's dictionary, which of course we've talked about C. Richard Beam before in this series. I would say that there are going to be regional differences. You might have grown up somewhere and your parents or grandparents spoke Pennsylvania Dutch, and you have a certain Pennsylvania Dutch word for a thing, and you find that thing in this book, and there might be a different word there. Again, we know that Pennsylvania Dutch, I've talked a lot about this, has regional variances. There are words that are said in Berks County among certain non-sectarians that might not be used by, let's say, sectarians in Lancaster County. That happens a lot. That shouldn't be a reason for you to not buy the book. I would just warn you that there might be words in here that you or someone in your family might use a different word for. That's okay. Because I know personally, as I was reading through this, there are some images and words here that I definitely use a different word for. But that's just the beauty of Pennsylvania Dutch, I guess. So that's just my one aside on the book. But please don't let that stop you from buying this. It makes a great present, especially for kids. It's a great way for young children to at least get their feet wet with the dialect, with our language. Great birthday gift, great Christmas gift. Christmas is coming, so yeah. Die erste 1000 Wörter in Pennsylvanisch Deutsch, a great new publication is out there to help you learn Pennsylvania Dutch. Highly, highly recommend it. As you can see, this is about how big it is in reference to my big head. And it's, like I said, 55 pages of illustrations. Great, great book. Highly recommend it. So check out Masthoof's website. Get yourself a copy, but the heck, buy a couple copies. Hand them out to your neighbors. Spread the Pennsylvania Dutch love here. If you're someone that maybe doesn't have children or grandchildren, but you really appreciate the language, might I suggest buying a copy and then donating it to a local library or a local elementary school that they could add to their library, that other kids who might never have the opportunity to be exposed to Pennsylvania Dutch might pick this book up and learn a little bit about our language and about how we say certain things. Just a recommendation. I know I'll be donating a couple copies to various local libraries and schools around where I live. But it's just an idea for you. Maybe that'd be something you'd like to do. But in any event, I highly recommend it. Again, Die erste 1000 Wörter in Pennsylvanisch Deutsch, with illustrations by Stephen Cartwright, and put into Pennsylvania Dutch by Mark Loudon, Walter Sauer, and Michael Werner. Good job, guys. Gut gemacht, Bube. These are the types of things that we need more of. So if you have an idea for a future video, well, you have to email me. My address is at the end of the video. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, gosh darn it, well, why don't you? Get on that, and keep practicing your Pennsylvania Dutch. Until next time, Max gut.
Mach's gut.